you today. Welcome again to Word Power. I'm your host, Dr. Julian Johnson, and I look forward to having another great opportunity of sharing with you. Welcome again to Word Power. Well, I'm excited this morning to be with you today, and I can't be happier that today is a day of rejoicing. Today is a new day for you and a new blessing. So please check out my new website, www.builttothrive.me. There's some goodies there for you. There's some great things there for you. And I'm so excited to be able to have just this moment to spend with you this morning. Welcome to Word Power. This is spiritual development for the rest of us and empowerment for all of us. This is not a broadcast for perfect people, but it's a broadcast for people who want to move forward in their life. So the word of the week this week, and we have a word of the week every single week. The word of the week this week is growth. Yes, growth. And I want you to know that each of us has to grow. So I want you to know I'm praying for your growth for your company, praying for your personal growth, praying for you in every aspect of your life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm so glad to be able to have you on today. And one of the new things, one of the blessings that we have every single week, we have a text that kind of guides our discussion. And this text today is Isaiah 43, verse 19, which says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." And I believe that some people think that they're in a wasteland right now. Some people think that they're in a moment, a time of challenge, a time of difficulty, and a time of frustration. But I want you to know that there are blessings waiting for you today. And I want to share with you just a few of those blessings. Now, what kind of things have been going on in your life? I mean, we got this coronavirus, we got the pandemic. It's like a roller coaster. It goes up and down. Please make sure to wash your hands. Please make sure to take care of yourself. It is important for you to take care of yourself and those around you. But my question is, are you ready to embrace the new? Are you ready to embrace the new? Now, check this out. There are a lot of new things. And if you're on watching now, whether on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, or Facebook, please, please, please give me a shout out. Tell me that you're listening and put in there that you're there. But are you ready to embrace the new? There are new things coming. And I would suggest to you there are new perspectives. There's a new way of working, and there are new ways to collaborate. Now, some people will like this word and some people won't like this word. And this word is Zoom. A lot of people are looking at me and saying, another Zoom meeting. Just like you, I've been to countless Zoom meetings before, and I've been to an infinite amount. It feels like that anyway now. But there are new perspectives that you will have to spend less money on overhead costs, on operating costs, because now you realize some of the meetings that you had in person, you can have at home as well, or in another location. Now, the other thing that I'll say, good morning, Dan, is the fact that a lot of people, some people are really concerned about what it looks like, what the new normal looks like. Now, I'm going to tell you that there's a perspective that I want to share with you today that rocked my world this week. It was an amazing perspective. And this perspective, it starts to think about this. All right. So check out this quote. Creativity is thinking new things, but innovation is doing new things. Now, a lot of us are thinkers. We got broad levels of thought. We've got access to the internet. And I'm dating myself, warning, I'm dating myself. But I was telling my kids the other day about the Encyclopedia Britannica. Do you remember the Encyclopedia Britannica? We had all these volumes and all these things. And a lot of these people are thinking new things, but innovation is doing new things. So what have you discovered about yourself in this season? There's so many gifts that you thought that you had, or things that you stuffed under your pillowcase or stuffed under your bed. But I've got a story for you this morning that is amazing. So in Anderson, North Carolina, in 1969, there was something that was discovered and found. And it was this thing called the Star of David sapphire. This guy was digging. He was trying to make some money, trying to make ends meet. He ended up finding a 22,111 carat sapphire, blue, gold. Go check it out. So the thing is, it's not about the finding of the sapphire, but the story gets even better. Dan, the story gets even better. So, Dan, what happens is that as this guy is finding this sapphire, guess what he does? He finds a sapphire, thinks it's only worth $500, and then takes it to somebody else, said, I'm not sure about that. But when somebody tells him it's worth $500, guess what he does? He puts it under his bed for 18 years. 18 years he has it under his bed. And for 18 years, he's sitting on his gifts. And I would suggest to you that there are many people who are watching me now or rebroadcast, whether you're on Facebook, Facebook, or you're on Twitter, or you're on the ground. Listen, there's some of you have been hiding your gifts. Some of you can sing. Some of you can play instruments. Some of you are worried about the perception of others. But guess what? Under his bed, guess what? There was $2.75 million. $2.75 million was sitting under his bed for 18 years. And when he finally got the courage in 1987 to bring it out, look it up, in Anderson, North Carolina, he found that he had $2.75 million under his bed. Now, I want to tell you today that there are some gifts that you're hiding. There's some gifts that you're sitting on, but some of these gifts that you are hiding are making you just as rich as you are now. You are rich and increased with goods, maybe have need of nothing. But the reality is that some of you are hiding some amazing gifts, amazing talents, and amazing things that you have to think about. Guess what? The Bible says to us this morning, see, I'm doing a new thing. It springs up. You don't even perceive it. You don't even perceive it. I'm making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. And I know a lot of you are looking for opportunities to be able to see that the fact that some of us, Dan, yes, are sitting on the gift. And some of us are not embracing the fact that we have talents, that we have opportunities right under our noses. And I'll tell you, last week, I had somebody come on and I made a connection with them this week, and it was amazing. And we started talking about ways to collaborate. But the other thing that happened to me twice in the last week is that there are people who are hiding their gifts. I've got good friends that I've known for a long time, and I told them, don't let your gifts waste away. And the other person, I said, don't diminish yourself because you want somebody else's gifts to be shown, whether it's your family, your mom, your dad, your cousin, your sister, your brother, your uncle, anybody in your family, or anybody at your job. Guess what? This is your time. This is your time to be able to use your gifts. And I want you to be able to use your gifts. In a moment, after we come back after the break, I want to share with you some ways to be able to discover and learn your own gifts, ways to be able to go forward in ways you never thought possible, but practical tips to get you to use your own gifts. We'll be back in just a moment.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. We still have to slow the spread and do our part. Let's wear face masks in public. Stay 6 feet or more from others. Follow state and local guidelines. Wash our hands frequently and stay home when we feel safe. For ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Let's move forward together. Learn more at coronavirus.gov.
To share with you that this coming Wednesday night, the date says September 9th, but it's really the 16th, Chaplain Christian Taylor, a healthcare leader and oncology expert, we're going to be breaking down Chadwick Boseman and also about the fact of prevention, taking care of yourself while taking care of business. We also want to let you know, please shout us out on Built to Thrive, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And also check out this book, 5 Minutes on Purpose, coming on Amazon.com, and also the Built to Thrive podcast, where you'll get this rebroadcast as well as many other great things. And then go to YouTube to Finding Your Purpose, where I share with you ways to find your purpose using the book, 5 Minutes on Purpose. Well, we're back. All right. So the reality is a lot of people hide their gifts. We talked about the fact that $2.75 million was under this man's bed, and you have gifts that you're sitting on. Think about it. People made a Snuggie. People made Slinkies. People made all kind of things that you see on ads, seen on TV, that you thought about, but you just didn't have the courage to do. And I want you to know, take courage, use your gifts. All right, so here's some ways to discover your gifts. Number one, you got to look for some new paths. Sometimes you don't know what's going on or what's going to be seen, but I promise you, there's a Bible text. Check it out. I'm not going to share it today. I'm not going to read it today, but Amos 3 verse 7 it says that surely God doesn't do anything new without revealing it to his secrets, his servants, the prophets. If you believe in God, he can give you the inside track. All right, so number one, you got to keep digging. All right, you got to embrace who you are and what you like and do not like. Why are you going to do stuff that you don't like yourself? Why are you going to do new stuff that you're not even interested in? And some people today are trying to be carbon copies when they need to really be originals. And I want you to know today that there's opportunity for you wherever you are. Number two, keep growing. You got to read, you got to research, you got to connect with others. This week I had a challenge. I was trying to find someone who's a mentor. I just said, hey, you gave me your phone number. I'm just reaching out to you. And for about an hour, the person just kept talking, meeting exactly what need I have, giving me resources, sharing with me information and knowledge to help me along the way. So I want you to know that there are people out there that want to help you, but you got to keep growing. All right. Then number three, you've got to keep on believing. All right. When you keep on believing, guess what? You got to realize that sometimes you got to pray for guidance and you got to seek groups that are like-minded. You got to pray for it. You got to go in and dig and find it and believe it. And then I want you to know that the answer to your own problem could be right under your own bed. You could have written it down on a piece of paper while sitting in a restaurant or some other venue where you were just sitting in it. An idea came to you. Go for it. Don't stop. And then number four, I'm going to tell you, just being honest, ride the wave. You don't need to wait until somebody says something to you. You got to keep on going. You got to ride the wave. You got to look for paths of new improvement. What's up, Eddie Powell? Eddie, shout out to Eddie Powell. He makes sure that we are on top of the NBA. Last night. Leprechaun. Anyway, but what I'm saying is we got to keep on finding new ways. And then you got to find ways to ride the wave. There will be difficult days, but you got to take the good with the bad. I wish somebody would have told me that the pathway to improvement will not only have bad days, but have good days. And I would suggest to you that one of my book Outliers, basically talks about the fact that 10,000 hour rule, but there's even more than that. But it takes feels like 20 years in order to see what we deem as overnight successes. There will be bad days, but you got to take the good with the bad. And then I would suggest to you got to keep looking for the new path. Please, please, please check out my new website, www.builttothrive.me. Send me a message. I'll return your message as soon as I can, and I'll be happy to connect with you. So real quick, we're going to go over these things. How to look for new paths. You got to keep on digging. Then number two, you got to keep growing. Then number three, you got to keep believing. I feel encouraged just by telling you these things myself. Keep riding the wave. And you also have to make sure that in addition to riding the wave, you got to keep looking for the new path. Guess what? In order to do this, we got to realize and believe that creativity is thinking new things, but Eddie, innovation, just like you're doing every time you go to the locker room with the Hawks, innovation is doing new things. So thank you so much, Eddie, for being a part of this. Just want to let you know also on this coming Wednesday night and coming up very soon, got a special guest. We're going to talk about the network and chaplain, my friend Christian Taylor. He's an oncology expert. So we all know that Chadwick Boseman died from colon cancer, but he's going to talk about the realities of how to deal with colon cancer and prevention. And also we're talking Black Panther. In a couple of weeks, we're going to have some family members from the Boseman family on. So please, 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 we want to make sure to let you know that please don't hide your gift for 18 years. This guy held his gift under for 18 years. But you have gifts. You've got to use your gifts, and I believe in you. Shout out to Pine Forge Academy. Shout out to Adventist Health. Shout out to everybody who gave and keeps on giving to one of the 4 Black boarding academies left in America. So shout out to all my friends. Great Alumni Weekend. Check it out from last week. But you got to be willing. You got to be willing to try something new. So I say, guess what? It's time to go for it. This is a coronavirus. It's a period that we never get back, but it's a time for innovation, a time to try new stuff. So I say, go try it, go get it, and go do it. I want you to know that when you are built to thrive, that great things happen. I want you to know that God will continue to bless you. God will take care of you, and open doors will be open. Eddie, I got a story to tell you, brother, because God can do some amazing things. I'm Julian Johnson, and I want you to know that every week we're here on Saturday morning. I want to encourage you, but please send this broadcast to somebody else. More than that, I want you to check out my new website. And please go get this free download that I have for you on www.builttothrive.me. Check out my website. Please, I look forward to having you on and having you as a guest and blessing you and blessing your ministry every fourth Saturday. We're going to be praying for businesses. We've done it for the past 2 months, and every fourth Saturday, we're praying for businesses, innovation, creators, everybody who's looking for a breakthrough wherever they are. And please, please, please check out my website. Let's connect. But most of all, stop hiding your gifts. It's time to let the world know how blessed and how gifted you really are. I'm Julian Johnson, and I approve this message. I'll see you the next time.